to another video of my channel. Today me, Khajit Krishna, is gonna give a stupendous book review on the book Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. This book is written by J.K. Rowling and is the first book of the epic saga Harry Potter written by J.K. Rowling. This book is illustrated by Johnny Duddle and the publication house of this book is Bloomsbury. What are we waiting for? Let's commence. Harry Potter has never ever heard of Hogwarts, but when the letters start dropping on the doormat at number 4 Private Drive, addressed in green ink on yellowish parchment with a purple seal, they are swiftly confiscated by his grisly aunt and uncle. Then, on Harry's 11th birthday, a great beetle-eyed giant of a man called Rubius Hagrid bursts in with some astonishing news. He says, "You're a wizard, Harry, and you have a place at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry." Now we know an incredible adventure is about to begin. When they reach the Palace of Hogwarts, the doors get opened and Harry sees a great hall in front of him, decorated with white candles suspended in mid-air. Harry then sees a talking hat. Harry thinks that maybe they will need to get a rabbit out of the hat, and Harry gets petrified because he thinks himself not being able to do it and getting sent back home with the Dursleys. His fears came out to be worthless. My Never McGonagall, the head of Gryffindor House, calls students from a long list and then puts the hat on top of their head. Then the hat speaks up which house the students need to be in. There are 4 houses: Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin and Gryffindor. At Gryffindor, the kids who are brave go. At Slytherin, the kids who are ambitious go. At Ravenclaw, the kids who are creative and curious go. And Hufflepuff takes only the kids who play fair. After 3-4 enjoying lessons, Harry is sorted into the Quidditch team for Gryffindor by Minerva McGonagall. Quidditch is a game like football but played on brooms. It is played by the wizards and is unknown to the Muggle world. Muggles mean the non-magical people. Headmaster Albus Dumbledore is giving his speech. He tells the first years or anybody not to go to the 7th floor because it's out of limits. But one time Harry Potter, Neville Longbottom, Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger accidentally go to the 7th floor. There they find a gate, and behind the gate there is a 3-headed dog. They get petrified and run for their lives. From there they ask the gamekeeper Hagrid about the dog, and accidentally Hagrid lets it slip that the dog is guarding a precious stone or a precious object for Hogwarts. After a lot of reading and researching, Hermione Granger, who is the smartest of them and the smartest witch of all year, finds out what thing the dog is guarding. The dog was guarding the Sorcerer's Stone, which can make you half immortal. And it was designed by Newt Scamander, friend of Albus Dumbledore. There was a rumor filling fast that somebody went to the 7th floor while there was a drawer loose in the school and opened the door. Harry, Ron and Hermione suspected Professor Snape, the potions master, to do so because they hated him. And to say more, Professor Snape hated all the Gryffindors. After a lot of efforts, Harry, Ron and Hermione get into the room by sneaking past the 3-headed dog. From there, they pass many enchantments and they also play and defeat a wizarding chess. Ron gets injured during the game of chess, and Hermione stays behind to care for him. Harry goes alone ahead, and there he finds Professor Quirrell, the teacher of the Defense Against the Dark Arts. They would have never suspected Professor Quirrell to do all this. They thought him as a shy and timid and scared professor, but now Harry was about to seal the Sorcerer's Stone, or you can say the Philosopher's Stone. There, Professor Quirrell tells them that all the time Professor Snape was trying to prevent him from going into the room guarded by the three-headed dogs. But now Harry gets a real shock. From behind Professor Quirrell's head, there comes the face of Lord Voldemort, who has slits for nose and snake-like eyes. His face looks gruesome and scary. After a short but intriguing battle, Harry finds the stone in his own pocket. Professor Quirrell comes to snatch the stone away, and out of instinct, Harry grabs his face, which starts to burn. There's a long scream, and Lord Voldemort's face and his soul go flying out of Harry's body. Professor Quirrell is dead, and from there everything goes black. Next thing is Harry finds himself in the hospital wing of the Hogwarts school. There comes Albus Dumbledore and tells him that Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger had already called some teachers, and they took the Sorcerer's Stone, broke it, and then took Harry to the hospital wing. In this book, there was also a 8-movie series made by Warner Bros. It was produced and distributed by Warner Bros.